Welcome to Guys Talk Knives.
You went all deep and...
I did. I jumped down on it.
This is now a morning drive time show.
It is. Welcome to Guys Talk Knives.
Somebody should sponsor that.
They should.
And just put us on 8 o'clock in the morning,
Right.
7 o'clock in the morning.
Nice.
Knoxville drive time with knives.
Do you know what episode this is?
Guys drive knives.
Do you know what episode number this is?
10.
My lucky number 11.
Why is that your lucky number?
I don't know. It just always has. I mean, I wore it in soccer and wore it in football. I wore it through all the sports that I had. And like 2 1s is better than ones. Plus, I'm an AA, so 1-1. Yeah.
Hey, you have all this connection to your lucky number.
I do.
My lucky number is 42.
Hank Aaron?
Nope. 42 is the answer to life, universe, and everything.
God, yeah, I should have known it would go full geek out.
Just for all you geeks out there.
Full geek out to do the, yes. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, isn't it right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And actually, I've shortened it to 47 because I just divided it by 6. Okay,
that makes no sense whatsoever.
It was really just to throw off a group of people who were used to my number being 42. And that was like 7.
Nice.
And they were like, huh?
It's going to be a fun episode.
I do it in the office too. They're always like, what is that? 7. And then just straight back to work. No comment at all.
My dad does the same thing with numbers. He'll like do devices to remember our birthdays. And he's like, it's 7 divided by the month of June with 3 to the 4 to the whatever. I'm like, I can never remember that. It's just easy to remember it's, September 26th.
Isn't that what they made Google Assistants and calendars for? That you can just drop all those on there and not have to worry about it?
You and your Google Calendar.
Just because you're a Luddite and you're afraid of technology is not my fault.
I want to know how many of our fan base knows what a Luddite is.
The ones who aren't Luddites, no. A Luddite is somebody who's afraid of technology and his picture's in the dictionary next to it.
I was just trying to get us to a nice segue through my dad to go to case knives.
I'm going to go the same way, though, but I'm going to go from a technology standpoint to something that is still perfect.
I'd agree.
How many years later?
Yeah, hundreds, right?
Hundreds of years later.
Right.
And is still a beautiful work of art, a functioning knife, and our best-selling brand here at Smoky Mountain Knife Works.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. And we're going to talk about our favorite patterns today.
Awesome.
So that's kind of cool. So tell us, Case is not, I'm not a Case guy.
Sure.
I like Case. Case makes a great product, but I'm not generally a Case guy. So
you're not really a traditional pocket knife guy.
Not really.
Yeah. I mean, I actually have a Rough Rider. I have their cotton sampler in my pocket right now.
Nice.
Because I've gotten used to the way that it feels.
Right.
And I've gone back and forth over the years of carrying a traditional pocket knife and not.
Right.
Part of me really enjoys that ease of opening. Which is part of the reason why I picked what I picked today.
Right.
But I also really, I like the history. I like the feel. I like the tradition. Mm-hmm. And I think that's important. And it really is for people who collect case knives. There's something about the look, the feel, the fit and finish.
Oh, for sure.
And the functionality. And when you get down to pattern, there are some people who will not buy, to me, and I may be completely wrong. And if I am, please comment. Not only you, but you
he comment. It. Drop it on him.
No, seriously. There are some people who want to collect all the case knives, and they don't care what the pattern is.
Right.
There are some people who will not buy anything but a particular pattern.
Right.
Good friend of mine, Matt, he buys peanuts. That is his pattern. He has a whole collection of them.
Right.
When he sees one in the catalog, he calls me and goes, "Hey, are they in yet? Have you looked at it? What does it look like?"
Right.
Because he loves that style. Mm-hmm. People are very...
Case people love Case.
They're very particular about...
And they are.
About the brand. They're very passionate about the brand. They're very passionate about the pattern that they like. And it's interesting to me.
Right. We have the Case event, the June 9th Case Generation XX event coming up. I mean, shortly by the time this episode airs.
Yeah, it'll be right out. Yeah.
So we've got some great people coming. Tony Bowes will be there, I believe.
Oh, that's cool.
So the Case, there's a club of some sort, and I'm sure somebody will tell us in the comments.
Well, it's the Case Collectors Club.
I'm pretty sure it's the Collectors Club, but I'm not positive that's who's going to be here. But they'll be out in force for this event because there'll be special knives for the event and all of that stuff. But, I mean, they really, really love Case.
And, to me, that's the interesting thing with Case. there are a lot of brands who don't do very many exclusives.
Right.
But I know for us, how many SFOs do we do in a year?
A lot.
Explain SFO.
Oh, and SFO is when we are taking a general type product and making it our own and exclusive. So they're doing it as a limited edition. They're doing it as a limited run. They're doing some kind of different blade etch on the handle. It's tied around a commemoration of something. It is a different handle material. And we do that with Case quite a bit. And in fact, we were among the first people who said, hey, can we etch that blade?
Sure.
And Case was like, I guess we could.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's give it a shot.
And here we are 40 years later.
Well, and we get, and I'm trying to force Andy into giving us some behind the scenes of what these terms mean that you and I use every day, and the people in the knife industry use every day. For those folks who may just be getting into it. So an SFO is a special factory offering?
Yes.
I think is what that stands for.
I didn't actually know what that meant.
So I believe that's correct. Again, if I'm wrong, somebody will let me know.
It is. It is a special factory offering.
And it's amazing for a company to say, retailer XYZ, what do you want to do?
Right.
What would you like to sell that's different?
Right.
And then you get the number we've done over the years, and I think we've almost maxed out
the one that
how many we can do every year.
The one that comes to mind instantly, and we usually do 2 knives in the pattern in the thing, Christmas knife. It sells. It is the best Case seller of the year every year.
Yes.
We've been doing it for a long time. So when Christmas rolls around, you can almost count on a Case Christmas knife being on the Christmas catalog.
And I guarantee that there are people out there who have every single one of them.
Sure. I mean, if you have that collection, it's probably very valuable.
Sure. Of course
they're limited production. They're special knives. It is what it is.
You go to these knife shows and you see people with just this. Well, okay, forget that. Come to our showroom here in Sevierville, Tennessee. Walk around and look at the Case collections on the walls. It is history.
Right.
Going back 100 years plus.
Right.
Of a pocket knife brand.
Right.
That's owned by Zippo.
Yeah. Yeah. Not always owned by Zippo, but now owned by Zippo.
Now owned by Zippo. Again, 2 great American brands, and I love their products. So I don't want to dive into the 2 we've picked first.
Right.
But how many people do you know, because I can think of just dozens off my head, who collect these knives and who are into them so much that that's what pops up every time?
Oh, sure. Every time. Yeah.
That is what gets them out of bed when you talk about a knife show, when you talk about coming here to the Smokies, to our showroom, to wherever it might be. That's what gets them going.
Right. No, it's what people want to. When you find a pattern that you like, you're just into it. And you want to buy it. And if you find a brand that you like that continually puts new versions of the pattern that you like, I mean, you're like in hog heaven at that point.
And here's what I like about Case I'm going to step out of the usefulness, because they certainly are all useful. They're all good, solid, working knives.
Right.
I want to look at just the collectability for a second.
Okay.
When you have a brand that its collectibles are not so high priced that you can't afford to buy multiples throughout the year, they have done such a good job of marketing themselves,
right,
and of knowing their customer,
right,
and saying, here's our price point, here's where we're going to sit. We're going to have some that are a little bit more affordable, and some that are way more collectible.
Right.
We're going to make sure that our patterns that were in the past don't come back up too much, that handle material doesn't come back up, that bolster, that shield.
We're literally going to take this pattern and we're going to put it in a vault.
And
we're going to keep that out. We're going to go the whole Disney route, and we're going to go that whole route and put it over here, and we're not going to bring it out for 5 years.
Well, this year was the doctor's knife.
Yes. Yeah.
One of my, and I almost
picked it.
It was hard for me he's just so you all know, he is not a nice person, regardless of what you think. He tells me, pick your favorite Case pattern. And I went, but they're all my favorite. I like them all.
Yeah.
These are, I mean, I might could put them on a list and rank them 1 to 30.
Right.
But I like them all.
Right.
That doctor's knife is cool as it can be. The one that includes the apothecary blade.
Yeah.
The spatula.
The pill counting spatula.
How neat is that? Not only as a collectible, as a historic piece.
Right.
And kind of a piece out of time.
Right.
And
nice.
For them to bring that back out, Disney style, and go, hey, here's something you haven't seen in 5 years.
Right.
It's a company that gets their market share, that understands where their wheelhouse is.
So speaking
me.
So speaking of piece out of time,
yes,
we are to the commercial break section. I just want to mention that we are on iTunes now.
Did you know that? I did know that.
Well, how did you know that, Jake?
Because I'm the one that did that.
Nice. We are on iTunes now, and what we need you to do is go on to iTunes, listen on iTunes, subscribe on iTunes, and rate and review the show so we start climbing up the ranks.
Exactly.
We want to get Guys Talk Knives to be one of those shows that everybody is listening to on iTunes.
Because we want to build this community. We want to build a community of like-minded individuals who dig knives and cutlery and talking about something you're passionate about,
right?
Like case knives.
Absolutely.
And who want to learn more about it.
And laugh when they listen.
Most certainly.
Put it on the car. You got SMKW right there in the car going to work.
That's right.
Listen to Guys Talk Knives. We're trying to put out more of these each week. And that's because we've got 18,000 products online at smkw.com. We put out 8 flash sales every single day. We're the title sponsor of Blade Show this year.
It's our 40th anniversary.
It is our 40th anniversary.
We got a lot going on.
We do. And what we want to do is have you join us in all of these different aspects. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. I'm giving stuff away like crazy on those social media outlets for SMKW, and you should join us there. We'll be right back after this break with more Guys Talk Knives. And we're back with Guys Talk Knives. You like the point, don't you?
I did. No, I'm still thinking about your...
No, what you're thinking about is the 30 push-ups that I just did that quick.
It was impressive.
It was, right? I mean, like fully pumped.
And they were one-armed, upside down.
They were.
Inverted push-ups. He actually was on his back with a hand behind him.
Hanging
doing
from the
push-ups.
ceiling.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Pushing off the backdrop. Here.
They were actually pull-ups. Inverted one-handed pull-ups with his toes. No, what I was laughing about is in my head, because of all the giveaways you're doing.
Right.
I want to put you in a really horrible plaid suit and have you do like a crazy Harry, come on down to the Knife Works Sunday, buy knives. That's what I want to see you do.
And as the online director of media and marketing, I want to tell you that we are past that.
We are, but it'd be really funny to see you do it.
It would be, but
just chunking knives off the table. Oh, that one's sold. It'd be great.
Speaking of knives, we should talk about the ones that we brought.
We've been taunting everybody with these as we started. I'm going to let you do the knife handling, and I'm going to read the little instructions over here. The instructions, the details.
The details. So here's the thing. When I got in touch with you this past week and said, what are we going to do? I said, find your favorite case pattern. And I knew what mine was straight away. I mean,
I had no idea.
It is literally my favorite case pattern, and you don't see it from hardly anybody else out there. It is the case Seahorse Whittler.
Yeah, such a good-looking knife.
It is this little bad boy here. I'm going to hold it out so we can see it.
That is my favorite part. I'll get back on the mic. That's my favorite part is that blade.
Right.
You just don't see that.
Right. I mean, it is a Whittler pattern, so you've got the 2 small blades at one end, and you've got a large blade at the other end. But this one is different. I'm going to close these other blades, and actually, let me show you real quick. This is why this is called a Seahorse. Do you see how it sort of resembles a Seahorse? John, cut to the middle camera. We're going to hold it up high. I'm going to put it right there. See how it sort of resembles a seahorse head and the little fins on the bottom when it's all completely open? Yeah.
Completely dig that.
I mean, that's why that's there. I'm going to close these down. That blade, go back to camera 3. There it is. That blade is way thicker than the rest. It is a Wharncliffe. It is made to get down on and really carve in there as you're whittling.
I was about to say, and as a whittling knife, I don't know that anybody makes anything better.
This thing is sharp as all get out.
Oh, no.
I have cut myself with a Seahorse Whittler more than once.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, I have.
It is the true epitome of a case knife that is as useful as it is pretty and as it is collectible. Because, again, this isn't a pattern you see a whole lot.
Right.
It is gorgeous. The fit and finish is perfect. I mean, look at the spine on that. The way it's put together, there's no gaps. There's no lack of detail.
No, not at all.
I mean, this thing has a second cut jigged hunter green bone handle.
Right.
Tru-Sharp surgical stainless steel blades, brass pins and liners, nickel silver bolsters, Wharncliffe coping, and pin blades. It's 4 inches closed. It's made in the USA. And again, besides being gorgeous.
Right.
It's useful.
Right. $66.99 on that item. It's to me, it's just gorgeous. We took a model out to do some marketing shots when I first came into this role, and I handed her the orange bone version of this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, that knife! And I wanted it so badly, and I should have gotten it because guess what?
It's gone.
It is gone.
You can probably still get it now. You're going to pay a lot more for it.
Oh, that's true. And that's why Case is what it is, right? So Case puts out these different handle materials, different versions of these gorgeous knives like this Seahorse Whittler, like this green bone handle that we're looking at right now. It sells and then it's gone.
Well, and they have some that stay around forever.
Oh, sure.
You're going to have a yellow handle case knife in almost every pattern.
Right.
That's just going to be around and they're always available.
Right.
For me, that's the one if I'm going to use it for something more difficult than just daily task.
Guess what?
That's what I'm going to.
Guess what pattern you're not going to find in the yellow handle?
Seahorse.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So they use that one as a collectible in and of itself, right?
Well,
they put the nicest thing out there and they put that Seahorse Whittler. And so every time we put Case up on social media, on Facebook, wherever, somebody goes, well, they got it in a Seahorse Whittler. I'm like, no.
But here's the fun thing is if you also know somebody who is a wood carver, who is a whittler, who likes that activity, there's not a better knife you could get.
No, that's right.
And let them wear this thing out because it's gonna tackle any whittling task that you have.
Right.
Because that blade, again, it's just gorgeous. Right. And it's useful and it's perfect.
Absolutely. So what did you bring?
Dude, it was so hard.
You had to narrow it down.
Because I love the Doctor's knife because it just came out this year.
Right.
I'm a Trapper fan because it's so classic. Mm-hmm. I like the Stockman because of its usefulness.
Right.
But I wanted to go with something a little bit different. This knife came out when I worked at the Knife Works the first time back in 2000 and 2001.
Right.
This is a Russlock.
Nice. You want me to show it?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Here, we'll put it right down here.
So like this particular one is the William Russell Case Russlock. This actually has, you can see on the side, it's William Russell Case, W.R. Case and Sons. The Russlock was kind of their answer to a one-hand opening traditional pocket knife.
I can't do it one-handed.
The close is a little bit more difficult because it is a liner lock.
Right.
It does lock open.
Oh, there it is.
Apparently it locks really well open. Because but watch this.
If I can do it.
Oh,
I'm not doing well.
Once you get used to the opening, though.
Yeah, it's nice. Walk and talk on that. I'm so used to a flipper, and it's just there's no resistance whatsoever.
That is, when you get used to it, that is one of the easiest to open pocket knives you'll ever own. I've had two over the years. Haven't worn either. I actually resold one of them to a buddy of mine who was into stag case handle knives. I love it. And it's something different. It's something unique because, again, Case is very traditional.
Every time I look at this,
but think out of the box.
Every time I look at this, I see Woody Woodpecker's head. Do you see it?
I do see that, yes. Now I can't unsee it.
That's right.
But I tell you, this particular one, again, Tru-Sharp, what you see in a lot of case knives, that Tru-Sharp surgical steel blades. Right. It has that flipper on the back, which is unlike most flippers you see on a tactical folding knife.
Right.
This one, when it's closed, sticks up a little bit above the bolster at the top.
Right.
It does not hook on your pocket. It's not obtrusive. You get used to it very quickly. Right. And again, it's extremely easy to open once you get used to it. This has a laser embellished, amber washed natural bone handle, nickel silver pins, liners, bolsters. It is 4 1/8 inch closed with a 2 3/4 clip point blade. We have this for $122.99. Now, the Russlock is a little bit higher because it does come in a commemorative case. It does have that commemorative embellishment on the side, on the scale on the side.
John's like, "What are you doing to my ears?"
That was frightening. But most Russlocks run the same price range as any other case knife.
Right.
You've got that. It depends on the handle material.
Right.
It depends on if there are any embellishments, any differences to the bolsters of the pins.
Right.
But I wanted to pick something that was a little bit fancier, a little bit more interesting. Of course, you do have William Russell Case there on the inside. And I dig it.
You can't go wrong with either of these patterns. You just really can't.
You can't go wrong with any case knife.
That's true.
I say explore. If you can put your hands on a case knife, find that pattern that you dig.
Right.
And if you are a tactical guy, try a traditional pocket knife for a while.
Throw a peanut in your pocket. Right?
Probably the best one to start with,
right?
To be honest, because it is so small and so easy to just have in your, down in your pocket.
You'll forget that it's there, and when you need it, it's still riding deep in your pocket
until you need to actually do something, and then you've got a good, high quality, perfectly balanced traditional pocket knife.
So what's awesome about Case is Case has put together also a case paste. You've heard of this, right?
Yeah.
So case paste will clean up almost any kind of metal, whether it's brass, nickel silver, whether it is your stainless steel.
It'll take the sticker off of a blade. We learned that a little while ago.
We did. We took a price sticker right off this blade, off of another blade we're going to show later. But yeah, case paste is amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away 5 tubes of case paste. All you have to do to get that is to comment below.
Beautiful.
Comment on this, and then I will randomly pick 5 people out of those comments to give a tube of case paste.
And be ready after you get your tube of case paste to buy more of it for everyone that you know, because it might be my favorite thing that we have in the showroom.
Right. Remember, SMKW, Smoky Mountain Knife Works. This is Guys Talk Knives. Make sure you are subscribing to this channel. Make sure you are ringing that bell so that you get all of the notifications as the news comes out. As we said earlier in the show, make sure you find us on iTunes. Make sure you follow us on social media. I am giving away something on Facebook and on Instagram every single week. And that doesn't mean we're giving away the same item.
Oh, no, Lord.
No, I'm giving away one item on Facebook, one item on Instagram.
We can cover 18,000 weeks.
Yeah. We could. We could do it.
It's a really long-running podcast at that point.
Anyhow, from SMKW, I'm Andy.
I'm Jason.
Oh,
yeah.
Jason. And this is Guys Talk Knives. We'll catch you next time.